The Reptile Farm. We are one of the biggest and fastest growing reptiles in captivity farms in the world. Established in 1992 to supply the needs of the green iguanas market in North America. We have been expanding for more than 2 decades until becoming the world's leader in reptile production. With the highest care and quality international standards, and authorized by the Convention on International Trade and Endangered Species, we produce and export reptiles as pets, with a high degree of quality and experience for wholesalers worldwide. In the Reptile Farm, we currently count with 2 reptile farms. The first in El Salvador, Central America, and the second in Peru, South America. We have 42 acres of specialized installations for a better care and handling of the reptiles we raise.
Somos una empresa de alto prestigio caracterizada por producir en cautividad y exportar reptiles de los más altos niveles a nivel internacional, de una forma sostenible para promover el desarrollo de nuestros trabajadores y de la comunidad, y asimismo seguir expandiéndonos a diferentes mercados como lo son de Estados Unidos, Asia y también el Medio Oriente.
Our species. We count with reptile species such as iguanas, bearded dragons, land and water turtles, geckos, among others. Iguanas. These reptiles are native to warm climates, such as Central and South America. In our farms we have a variety of colors that range from the classic green iguana to red, blue, albino, among others. Iguanas need a lot of natural light so they can absorb the UVB rays and UVA rays that allows the iguana to digest their food and absorb vitamin D, which gives them calcium that they need to help prevent sickness, which is based on a concentrate that is produced in our installations with the highest standard of quality and hygiene. In addition, they are visited weekly by veterinarians for a complete and thorough examination of each reptile. That way we are assured of the best quality for the international market. Dragons. The bearded dragon are indigenous to Australia. It constitutes an amazing pet, revealing a captivating and intriguing personality. They are cute, curious and territorial. Most of them seem to enjoy when they are delicately petted. The attention the dragon gets in our installations is very special in order to be apt to be domesticated, and for that is necessary to maintain permanent contact without this inflicting stress on the reptile. We have in our farms 3 different colors of bearded dragons: red, yellow and brown. The terrarium where they live is cleaned every day to keep the good health of the species and follows a strict inventory control since they mate until they are exported to select the best of the species. Geckos. These reptiles are usually nocturnal and arboreal. In each gecko cage there are 2 males and a female, which does not generate conflict as they are not aggressive amongst them. The water for the geckos is sprayed on the plants, that way they get the drops that fall of the leaves. They are given live food based on crickets and worms, that are raised specially for the different species of geckos and dragons. In the area of the geckos as in the entire farm, the cleaning activities start early in the morning. The first step is the change of all the footbaths, and the cleaning of all the terrariums of food traces and feces. These are removed and then used as compost, for the organic fertilization and the ground. The food containers are cleaned daily, avoiding the proliferation of bacteria that may harm the health of the animals. The state if a species is verified as well as food control that has been distributed during the morning, and the application of preventive medicine, deworming, vitamins, etc. Tortoises. We have several species of turtles in our farms. The variety of land turtle that the farm produces is Sulcata, Pardonales, and Gigantea. These are from Africa. We also have another type of land turtle from Brazil, like the redfoot, and the natives to Central America, called mud turtle and wood. The feeding of this species is based on fresh vegetables, adding vitamin complements, especially phosphorus and calcium. to strengthen the bones and shell, in addition to plenty of fresh water in containers that are not too deep and is constantly renovated. The caregiving personnel starts very early in the morning. The process of cleaning the modules, feeders and water fountains. After cleaning the modules, the personnel disinfects their hands with water and antibacterial soap to avoid the contamination of the food to be distributed. The distribution of the food is carried out in a homogeneous fusion in each complex. At the same time, the area supervisor checks each module, locating the ones that may have buried eggs, proceeding to mark the postures and extract them for incubation. Live food for reptiles. The farm count with a rearing foot of domestic Ashita crickets, imported from the United States, and a phoenix worm. The Ashita crickets are omnivores. They can be fed with concentrate for chickens, wheat germ which is highly nutritive, orange and carrots. The crickets are enriched by dusting over them mineral and vitamin supplements before they are administered in small quantities to the dragons. To avoid contaminated crickets with waste and fecal matter, and having into account that the size of the cricket is according to size and age of the dragon, so it is easy to consume and avoids drowning. The phoenix worms are larvae of a species of fly that are high in proteins and calcium. These are common in the reptile industry. They are easy to breed insects and are considered among the favorite reptile diet. Feeding. In the farm we count with our own area of production and processing of the reptile food. The foliage is placed on a mechanical chopper, where is mixed with concentrate to obtain the food for iguanas and turtles. The concentrate is moved to a warehouse that meets the right conditions of temperature and environment, which allows their physical-chemical properties to be conserved adequately.
Uno de los procesos importantes que tiene la empresa y que garantiza también el éxito de la misma son los procesos de alimentación. La empresa garantiza de que cada una de sus especies reciban una alimentación balanceada, enriquecida, nutritiva, con minerales y vitaminas. Las tortugas básicamente se alimentan con vegetales frescos que se cultivan acá mismo en la granja, con buenos procesos y excelentes normas. Aparte de eso, también se les complementan con vitaminas, concentrados que nos ayudan a mejorar la calidad de salud y el estado general físico de los animales. Se les complementa la dieta de manera de que ellos obtengan todos los requerimientos nutricionales que ellos adquieren en su ambiente natural para poder garantizar en ellos que sean mascotas que puedan llegar a su destino en buenas condiciones de salud.
Shipment process. During the process of exportation, the reptiles that have the best characteristics for better exportation quality are selected, leaving a percentage for renovation of rearing foot. They are deformed and given vitamin 7 days before they are sold. They are taken to the packing room, which has been previously adequate and disinfected. They are placed in boxes for the transport of living animal authorized by IATA, International Air Travel Association. The boxes are marked with the species to be exported, weight, size, consignee and the destination country. The person in charge of exportations checks and approves the order. He arranges all documentation and permits required for its transfer to the airport. Our production of iguanas, bearded dragons and turtles is the biggest worldwide. This has allowed us to have programs of social responsibility in the protection of wild iguana species and turtles, fostering programs of breeding in captivity and preserve native species in danger of extinction.
Bueno, que ellos promueven el trabajo para las personas de aquí cerca, ayudan a la comunidad, ayudan a la escuela de aquí, ¿verdad? La cercana, y a todos los que pueden ellos ayudar como trabajadores, echan la mano y también son amigables con el medio ambiente. También ayudan a nuestros hijos, colaboran para nuestros hijos, colaboran para, con los útiles de ellos, colaboran para las escuelas con materiales para construir.
In that way, to foment the reproduction of reptiles in captivity, with the purpose of perpetuating the existence of the species and avoid that the wild populations still existing in their native means be depleted. This is what we do, and we are the Reptile Farm.